So I wanted to show you the one I did the other day because it had some really cool features to it. The only thing was I spent more time on the Python that was in the Lambda. For an example, bring SQL Server data into an S3 bucket. So if I send that one, let's go and see if I can get those buckets real quick. So I'm going to log in, and I'm not going to mess with anything. I'm just going to do S3. And this is kind of just a final stage just because that one actually had some pretty cool stuff in it. So if I go here to the code bucket, and we go into here, you'll see I did a lot, right? So this is the one I just now did. And if I download it and we go ahead and open it up, I can see that this actually looks really sharp. And if I do here, and so my point to this that I'm making is that, hold on, I'm sorry, I want this one open, is that you want to spend more time on your actual Lambda than we did today, and you can actually do some really, really cool stuff with it. The one thing I want to look at is passing in values, maybe username, password type stuff, but let's go ahead and run this. Remember the one that looked weird? So this gives me a throughput with latency hitting this one, which is really cool. I asked it questions like, so that one is simple. If you look at it, it says, what is the, oh, wait, that's not it. I'm sorry. That was one from the other day. But that one, I actually asked for the latency, right, of that IP, of this that we looked at, and it told me what it was. So let's go back to here. Sorry, I got too excited. And let's hit refresh. That should have created one here. And if I download it, and we just open it real quick. Xcode is pretty fast if I leave it open, so we'll just leave it open. That's not the right one, but that's okay. I'm not going to spend time. I'm going to show you some of these that actually worked. So if we look at, even like I did TXT, CPP with C++, here's Rust right here, which was really cool. So let's see. Let's go back to here. Let's just go ahead and download some of these so we can look at them. These were just questions I asked, like how would I bring, here's Python code to bring SQL Server data into an S3 bucket as a JSON. And it was really smart. So it brought in these, select your table, dump it to a JSON file, and then save it to your S3 bucket. In fact, if you recognize this, that was the same thing we used in our code right there. So let's see what this one is. Anyway, the point is you can get extremely smart with these questions. Here's some Python code to get the latest. Yeah, that's one we just looked at for some reason. I don't know why that was in there double. Let's see what this one is here. And then let's download this one. So that one's yeah, okay. I guess we accidentally ran it twice. But what is today? Oh, here's the one we ran today. So let's just look at it real quick. And download. Yep. So, oh no, I think it's as I open it maybe. Anyway, the point is there's some really, really good stuff here. Some of these questions were really complicated, and it hit it like a champ. I mean, it really did. So make sure you spend time on your Python. Make sure you keep it clean. Oh, here's the one where it says get Python from user ID 3, which tells me it can actually interact with the data itself if you have a username and password. So I think that's the key feature that I want to work on next is say, okay, so if I give you a username and password, are you able to get into this data and do something with it, right? So if I run, we'll notice that something popped up over here. What are we doing? Users right here. So there's that one user, which is really cool. So I was able to query this API with that user, and I probably could just say, what is that user? Oh, I did, didn't I? So the question is, here's a Python code to get user with ID 3 from this user's API and save it as a CSV. And that's what it did. So that first line is the question, if you remember that. That's what I'm kind of looking for because the one we did didn't look right and it wasn't too happy with me. So let's see. Yeah, so, and notice it's not telling me to bring that in. So there's something wrong with my Python code. We'd want to look at it and clean it up a little bit. I think we're very close with it. Oops, not that. It would just need some cleanup. to figure out what the boo-boo was. So let's go back to here. So the point is, what you can do with this is really, really cool. So I hope this is helpful. And again, ask me questions if you have any questions. Thank you.